Hey fellow expeditionists, we're at Point Pleasant, West Virginia, home of
Mothman.
Secrets out. I am the Mothman. The Mothman Festival is back. This is the funnest street festival I've ever attended. Imagine something along the lines of a Comic-Con, but with an emphasis on cryptids and other unexplained mysteries. The festival features many street vendors, as well as cryptid authors, artists, and investigators. Though it's not limited to cryptids, there's also paranormal investigators and alien enthusiasts. There are seminars and speeches for some of the field's many experts. There are film premieres and meet and greets. And of course, my favorite activity is just people watching, as the festival brings out the weird in everybody, with full-on cosplay and homemade costumes. This place is kind of crazy, isn't it, Catfish?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's just people in cosplay costumes and everybody trying to mimic me, the actual Mothman, of course. But you know, I love it. There's no way I can get all this stuff on film because there's just too much to see. All of the actual artists, actual illustrators and writers and people that make the actual documentaries on this stuff are all here, and it's really awesome to see. I attended the last festival in 2019, before the 2020 and 2021 festivals were canceled due to the pandemic. And of course, Catfish and I also visited the area on spring break in 2021, where we made a video that went in depth on the mystery and legend of the Mothman of Point Pleasant. I'll post a link both down in the description as well as the end of this video, so feel free to check that out. The shiny hiney. Look how many more cans of beans has been added to it. There was one this morning when we first got here. Touch the shiny hiney. Yes, people leave canned beans at the Mothman statue. From what I can tell, it all goes back to the video game Fallout 76, in which the Mothman is a character. Players must make an offering of baked beans to summon the Mothman in the game. It has now become a tradition to leave beans at the Mothman statue. I touched the Mothman's butt. We did. Alright, we're back at Crodell Park now, it's just south of Point Pleasant, and this is where the city does the majority of the parking for the festival event. We were probably in the festival for a good 3 hours, and it was so crowded, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
We got there around 9:30 and thought that would be early. And wow, you've seen the crowds. I was here in 2019, the last time that they had a festival before the pandemic hit. And I don't remember it being quite that busy because there's lines for pictures with things, lines to get into stores, lines for food, lines for the museum, lines for literally everything. And fortunately, we don't have the need to go into the museum and such because we've done that before and seen everything that we wanted to see and gotten pictures with the statue and all that. So not too worried about that. But, and of course they have all the speakers, all the artists, all the illustrators and the writers and such, and just seeing all the people. And of course, when Catfish and I got here and I put on the old costume here, my human costume, I should say, and he laughed at me, thought I was being stupid. But what did you think when you got there and seen all the other people there doing all their weird stuff?
They must all be cliff dwellers.
They're all me, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of people doing the costumes and such. And that's one of the fun things and reasons I love going to these little festivals like this. It's just a really weird, it brings out the interesting people, if you know what I mean. This isn't just your regular street festival, you know. This is a cryptid street festival, and you don't see that very often. Just a unique experience. But yeah, we had enough of that large crowd there, and I think it's time probably for us to head out to the TNT area. That's more our thing there, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
No visit to Point Pleasant is complete without exploring the TNT area, where the original Mothman sightings took place. We were unable to score reservations for the official tours, but we've been here before, so we know where to go. We came in from the backside to avoid the crowds, and maybe check out some of the old TNT bunkers that we've never seen before. All right, we are now in the TNT area, McClintic Wildlife Management Area. This is, of course, where the Mothman was first sighted and many other sightings back in the 60s. So we're going to go out and check out some of the bunkers we've never seen. We've been here a couple times before, but we've never been down this area. So check it out. All right, we're at the first bunker that we're checking out today. Catfish is leading the way, taking out the spider webs for me. I always find it interesting trying to see what kind of graffiti has been put in these things. The worms will eat us all. It's just word to the wise, if you actually ever come out here to the TNT area and check out these bunkers. It is really cool with the history that they have. I mean, actual real history, not to mention the conspiracies with Mothman and cryptids and such. But just be aware that they are NSFW, not safe for work. A lot of the drawings and a lot of the words on the walls, of course, are definitely very adult oriented, but we get a chuckle out of that, don't we? Catfish leading the charge. I like the fact that these don't seem quite as visited as often as the others. Murder backwards. Of course he is. Was there any doubt? You are going to die. Beware the cryptids. America is dead. Look at all this swampland around here, Catfish.
Wow.
Yeah. How many dead bodies do you think are in these swamplands around here?
15.
You have an exact number, huh? Yeah. You got some green brains up here.
Right?
Brains. Must be brains. We have actually been warned by more superstitious people not to visit these bunkers, as they claim they are haunted, or even portals to hell. While the bunkers can be creepy, it's mostly because of the crazy graffiti inside them. Otherwise, the nature along these trails is really quite beautiful. Of course, this is during the broad daylight,
I would feel differently if this was after dark.
I love seeing the frogs jump. The things we do for adventure. All right, there's a reason that this particular area doesn't get as much traction and visitors. You have to really push through some pretty tall brush to get around to these things. So I don't know if we'll go much further. Got another bunker here. See what it looks like. Alrighty. Yeah, this one's still got spider webs in it. It doesn't see much action at all, does it?
Maybe they just eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe it seems like no one survives long enough in here to spray paint it.
It's protected by the Mothman. Alright, there are 3 or 4 more bunkers on this row, path, whatever you want to call it. But it's getting to the point now where it's completely overgrown. We can't even find the path. We're on the popular side of the TNT area now. This is where all the tours and all the tourists go looking for the same things. Obviously we was trying to avoid most of the crowds, and we did for those bunkers we seen.
That concludes our quick visit to the 2022 Mothman Festival. Always a truly unique experience, and one I'm sure we'll return to in the future. For the full backstory on the Mothman, check out our video, Mothman of Point Pleasant. Until next time, fellow expeditionists, peace out.